program really comes out of a history of collaborative courts that began with drug courts in 1990, and I, as well as others, have were pioneers in the development of drug courts, and I think out of the drug court movement has grown really the roots of this program. This program is not a drug court, and it's really different from any other collaborative court that I'm aware of, in that it really deals with the whole person. It doesn't really focus in on substance abuse as the main issue in these individuals' life. If I were to suggest a main issue, it would be the fact that they lack any meaningful purpose or goal, or even an ability to deal effectively with the outside world. They lack an ability to really structure their time or to find satisfactory uses for their time. And our biggest, I think, hurdle and our biggest job is to find pro-social activities that they can engage in that don't get them in trouble, that don't lead them to drugs, which is a serious issue. If you go back historically to colonial times, there were virtually no persons imprisoned or put in jail. And it is only over the last 200 years that imprisonment has become such a large part of the American criminal justice system. And if you consider that there was no imprisonment or incarceration 200 years ago, to my mind, that suggests two things. Number one, that community was so effective and so strong at that time that it did its job as a behavior modifier and a way to stabilize and to solidify community. That is something that we are trying to emulate, even though times have changed radically. Well, the interesting thing is that when you go back in time, most of the community was structured around the church and around religion. And so there was a lot of control, and it was a lot of internal control. But what you'll find is that still exists. You know, probably the two most powerful forces for community control are the gang and the church choir. You know, and they are very similar in a lot of ways. People find a place, they are accepted, they are given a sense of appreciation, a sense of belonging, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're emulating, even though it may be a poor copy, we're emulating those attributes of a community so that we can give these folks a beginning, a solid beginning into the larger community. You know, people have, set ideas about what parolees are or what serious offenders are, and I must admit that I shared a lot of those concerns and issues before I began the program. And what I learned and have learned over the past year is that the people in this program are very much like everyone else. They have the same needs to belong, to be accepted by family and friends, to have connection with community. And by giving them that opportunity, many of them seem to bloom.